I'm Kiersten Kelly.
I'm Darren Barnet, and I play Kenji.
And I play Brooklynn.
There you go.
So what was it like for you to stepping into these characters that someone else had played for 5 seasons on the previous series?
Yeah, I knew I had some shoes to fill. I wasn't too worried about matching the voice. I feel like that's a problem that was solved by itself, just being invited onto the team. I don't think they would have hired someone that was drastically different than, the previous Camp Cretaceous voice. But I just did my own research in terms of just trying to match really the energy and dynamic Kenji brings to the new JURASSIC as a whole. But he's also got his own challenges he's dealing with in, Chaos Theory, relationship with his father, with Brooklyn, with Darius. So trying to, make it authentically original to the original fan base, but also make it my own. So it's been a very, very fun process.
Jenna Ortega did an amazing job in Camp Cretaceous, so I watched it a couple of times just to be mindful of the storyline that happened and what Brooklyn was up to before carrying that into Chaos Theory, especially with the flashbacks in season 1.
Can you guys tease anything about your character's character growth this season?
I think Brooklyn obviously will grow a lot as she enters this new phase, having a limb difference, and she goes through a morally gray area, and it'll be really interesting to see.
I think there's a lot of pride and ego and heartbreak Kenji's dealing with that he has to get past, and I think he begins to in season 1. It's going to be even a more interesting journey in season 2, knowing Brooklyn's alive, in terms of just figuring out why this all happened and the way it did happen, and it's I think kind of moving beyond himself is what you get to see, and this is a good time for a plug. October 17th, season 2. Yeah.
Now, when you were doing season 1, did you know what was really happened to Brooklyn, or where it was going?
No.
We're in the dark, we're really episode to episode. You get the script, I think, like the night before you start recording. So, and I think it's a fun way to do it. Really being kept in the dark, I think, makes the performances more real.
Absolutely.
So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
When you came on board, what was the process like getting to know the rest of your castmates and kind of have that connection? Because it's almost like you're jumping on a train that's already going down the tracks, right? What was that process like?
Filming post 2020 just recording post 2020 has been interesting. I don't think we all really met until well into the season.
Yeah.
I think the first one was on a Zoom where we all worked together, and we didn't meet in person for a long time. A lot of it is just kind of doing it with the director, and then they stitch it together like a puzzle piece.
But we have done a couple of group recordings together, and that's been a lot of fun.
Probably better that we don't do that all the time, because not a lot of work seems to get done.
That's what some of your castmates said, right?
Yeah.
When you all kind of get together, it's almost a wrap for the day, right?
It's a long day. Full of laughter, but a long day. Yeah.
Can you maybe talk a little bit about jumping into this amazing world that is the amazing franchise that already has its own fan base? Were you guys a little nervous about that, a little intimidated about that, or was that just a challenge that you guys jumped into?
I was excited for the challenge. This is my first big project, so there's, of course, nerves a little bit because I've never done voice acting before. So it's been a new experience for me, but everyone's been so welcoming and so supportive. The fans, the cast, the writers, everyone. So I feel really lucky to be joining the franchise and taking over the voice of Brooklyn with such amazing people.
I second that notion completely.
You're going to probably feel that in the panel later.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you could have some character from the Jurassic Park or World movies interact with your character, who would you like to see come on the...
Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
I just wish he was like my uncle, to be honest. He seems like he'd be the coolest uncle ever. So, yeah.
I would say Jeff as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a man.
So your castmates mentioned that there was a time where they said that dinosaurs showed up and you had to scream, and it ended up being baby dinosaurs. They're like, oh, that wasn't what we wanted, so we had to go back and record. Have there ever been any mistakes in recording that actually made it onto the show where they just decided it was better?
They let us improv a lot. So I don't know if we'd call it a mistake, but a happy accident, you know, I guess. Yeah, it makes the cut a lot, and it's fun. You know, I think they do that on purpose. There's a respect you have for the writers and the original creative, but when you go off book, a lot of the times it makes the cut. And I think it just makes it more authentic and just funny and relatable. So, yeah.
I've seen a lot of videos of actors when they're doing their voice recording, and there's a lot of contortions and a lot of faces and stuff like that. Is that what you guys are doing, or have you had to look at your castmates and kind of picked up on some of their cues or some of their techniques?
I definitely don't look pretty when I'm recording. I mean, the screams in season 1, full body moment in the studio. But no, it's actually really cool to see everyone record whenever we're in our group sessions, and to see everyone else's process, especially for me, because I can learn from them. Everyone's so unbelievably talented. So yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, a lot of weird things with my hands, you know, it's a lot of weird things you're doing but running is always fun. I hope to see myself on camera because they always record it. Whenever you're running, you're doing this. So you got to take off all your bracelets and everything that makes noise, and, you know, don't wear anything with Velcro so there's no noise. But it's, it's a full marathon when you're doing these things. Yeah.
I have to ask, is this your first Comic-Con, and if so, what do you think about it?
This is my first con.
Okay.
I don't know yet. I have not walked the floor yet. I will be doing that today.
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Large crowds are always interesting for me.
Some water.
So, yeah, maybe just throw on a mask and get out there and have some fun. I can't wait.
It's my first Comic-Con as well, and I walked the floor a little bit yesterday, and it was really cool. There's so much stuff to see, and a lot of amazing artwork, which was really fun to see as well. And I got to see the Mattel Jurassic toys, which was fun. Yeah, it's been really cool.
When you've done a lot of like on screen, how different is it for you when you have to go and do voices?
Oh, it's the best. You know, like I love doing film and TV and all of that, but being able to wake up and throw on some sweatpants and a hat, go into the booth, turn it backwards. Fun that you can't record with a hat on, it messes up the sound apparently, so you gotta put it backwards. It's great. No makeup, no hair. It's fully, authentically a performance where you are not in your head at all about anything superficial, which is, I think, just one of the greatest gifts as an artist. It's a lot of fun.
And then also for you, because you sing, how is this different from like voice acting and using your voice in other ways?
Yeah, I actually was surprised at the similarities between the two, just because when you're singing, you use your body a lot, and you also have to know the placement of your voice, and that carries into voice acting. So I was really able to take my experience as a vocalist and take that into the studio, which was really cool, and it was a very seamless transition for me. Yeah.
So what are your hopes for your characters this season and beyond, without obviously spoiling what happens in your arc? Where would you like your characters to go if you were the head writer?
You know, I would love to see just Kenji continue to tackle his own, you know, pride and ego and getting past himself and mending friendships and broken relationships within himself and within the New Large Six as a whole.
Yeah, I would, you know, we obviously leave off on season 1 with Brooklynn being on her own and having a limb difference. So I just wish that and hope that, you know, she finds her way. She's headed on a big journey, and it's a new phase in her life. So, yeah.
Are you excited for the panel today?
I'm excited, yeah.
Well, yeah, need a little coffee, but I'm stoked.
Yeah.
It's a game changer for sure once you step out there and just see all the fans just go bananas.
Oh man, it's gonna be fun.
The fans are amazing. Everyone is so passionate about the show. I'm really excited to see them.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of fans, are you guys fans yourselves of anything, like whether it be like Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, or whatever? What are you guys fans?
I'm a fan of nothing.
Okay. Solid answer.
Honestly, I don't know. My head's spinning with all the things that are out there. I'm sure I'm going to become more of a fan today and gain a knowledge of a lot of things out there. But I love seeing the cosplay. I am a Deadpool fan. I just think it's a hilarious character. I'm looking forward to see some of that. I'm wondering sometimes if the swords are real, if that's like a safety issue, if they get checked for that. But
Yeah, they always got them.
okay, yeah, it's interesting.
More or less.
It's a good question to ask.
A man with
Be
two,
sure.
a man with two blades and a mask running around. I don't know about that, but it'll be fun. Yeah.
I'm a Marvel fan, so it's been really cool to see all the panels and all over Twitter. Everything is just Marvel Comic-Con, and I just will sit there all night looking at all the things that they've been putting out there. So that's been really fun.
Follow up with that. How do you feel about the RDJ announcement?
I think it'll be cool. I don't know. I'm excited. I mean, the fans seem excited, so yeah.
Double dipping in Marvel is like, I think who has done this? It's been Ryan Reynolds,
Yes.
right? And Robert Downey Jr. Has anyone else done this?
Brolin.
Brolin, yeah, Brolin. Oh yeah,
We're
Brolin.
talking about different characters. Chris Evans too.
Chris Evans has
Yeah,
played.
yeah.
Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four.
Oh my, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, cool.
You're my champ.
So it's not that special. Whatever, RDJ. Who cares?
So
another
there's a
day.
lot of nerds at this table, man. We're gonna just keep
Another day.
The guy who playing the Thing in the new Fantastic Four was the Punisher guy's assistant.
All right, you're just
Yeah,
showing
yeah.
off. We get it. It's been done before.
It's happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm sorry to go back to the show before we digress too much into our nerddom. What would you say to your fans of your characters about this season? Like, what to expect, or what would you say is kind of like a love note, to the fans about your particular characters?
Don't give up on your friends. And don't give up on yourself.
Yeah, I definitely think for Brooklyn it would be the don't give up on yourself. She's going through a lot of chaos this new season, and she's entering a morally gray area, and I think it's just important to know that you're human and we're all just growing and trying to figure it out.
Sage advice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it really does sound like it's just an amazing. Obviously, it's an amazing property to be with, but that comes with a lot of responsibility. So you guys are going to see a bunch of Jurassic Park fans. Do you guys feel that pressure of trying to maintain this kind of and trying to hold up this Goliath of a franchise? Anything like that?
Nah, I'm not. I'm excited about it. I think I'm a firm believer that we were all put into these positions to fill these shoes for a reason, and I think if you're put in that position, the only way to hurt yourself is to doubt yourself, and I don't put that pressure on myself at all. I'm honored. I have the utmost respect for it, but I'm not going to downplay it. I think we're all meant to be doing this and filling these roles, and I hope we're doing it correctly. But I'm not gonna cast any shade or doubt on it.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Yeah.
It's just been really exciting to be a part of it and to take on Brooklyn and continue the journey. And for me, it's just I want to have fun and just do my best.
Awesome.
That's an awesome place to end it. Yeah. Thank you so
Cool.
much. You
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank you.
Congrats on
Thank you.
everything.